something a bit different. Mental Health Awareness Week this week, and it's been on the calendar, and I've seen it, as a bar across the days, and it has actually instilled in me this kind of sense of resistance around feeling like I need to speak to that directly, that I need to switch on that content creator part and participate in that dialogue, and to show up and to bring voice to that and to advocate and highlight, useful, helpful information. That's the kind of should energy that is associated, I think, with many of these awareness weeks that come up, and they do create a useful space for a talking point and for awareness raising, and that's very much something that I'm in support of, is signposting and awareness raising. But then I had to just do a little bit of a check-in and ask myself, why that was feeling just a little bit incongruent in terms of where I'm at and what my capacity is. And very simply, it's because I'm using this week for my own management, and I'm going through my own processes, engaging with them in a way that is taking more resource and energy. And it feels quite, it's like a double-edged situation, because that to me feels great. It feels really good, and it feels very empowering, and it also tells me that I'm on track in terms of where I need to be and the processes that I'm working through, and that actually acknowledging capacity and limitation as part of that feels it's like right on track with themes that are coming up for me. And yet there's still this this pressure, I guess, that's created in the digital space, that we need to be, switched on and plugged in, and commenting on everything, commenting on each passing moment, and the kind of conversation that is being shaped by these different points in the calendar throughout the year. And I think part of the way I can responsibly show up to engage and participate with these things is to ensure that I have a quality of energy that feels useful and helpful to share, and that I can actually be a bridge of connection when there's resource available, because otherwise I'm pouring from an empty cup, and the alignment piece is not there for me in terms of how I want to represent my approach to work, and also like my desire to show up in a way that is supportive to other people. So if I'm not in a good space, then obviously my ability to extend that support in a way that actually makes space and allows for there to be, potentially that little bit of energy there that is that we say that we like to hold space for, but you can't necessarily plan for, if if someone needs more support than they usually do, or if there's a situation where there is crisis. So these are all factors that are, yeah, they're there to consider in terms of being strategic, I think, around how we then present the reality of what our bandwidth actually is. So, yeah, it's been just an interesting reflection point for me to, dig a little deeper into the why around that sort of like feeling of like discomfort. Is it anxiety? Is it pressure to perform? Where is it actually coming from? And I've then come back to my calendar, looked at all the other things that I've been doing in the week, and there's some kind of therapeutic work in there, and I'm like, oh, that makes total sense, and that's really important, and that is the priority. And in that way, it means that I can continue to manage the workflow of all the existing projects that I do have, and the other things that I'm working towards, and the current offerings that are being promoted, and the kind of preparation and building of energy ahead of being able to deliver those from, the best place that I can. So in a roundabout way, we've managed to get to some sharing on this theme and topic of mental health awareness. But that's where things are at this week, and in whatever way you happen to be engaging in the online space, and perhaps are finding or experiencing overwhelm with, the sheer amount of information on this particular topic, it can be quite triggering, even if it's well placed and well intentioned. That's just the reality, is that we're kind of navigating a space where we're confronted with information, and there is a kind of underlying societal expectation to be responsive to that. So the antidote for me this week is just giving myself a bit more space to be present with myself, my own awareness, and checking in with my capacity. What do I have room and space for? So I'll leave it there, and wishing everyone a gentle rest of your week.